Today, andito na po tayo ngayon para interviewin si Sir Mark, ang isa sa owners ng Shroomz na nagsusupply ng mushroom. Tara, pasok tayo. Well, to start off, no, we started about a year ago. Inception, well, more than a year ago. Inception namin was about we were having coffee sometime December 2018. Me and my friend, who now is my partner, we were looking for an alternative business. Me coming from about 12 years of logistics, we were looking for something, an alternative to make a livelihood. Now, before that meeting, I had a chance to attend one of a seminar, a mushroom growing seminar in Novaliches. And from there, I was really seeking a way out of logistics actually, because nababurn out na ako nung time na yon, and toxic na yung environment. And I was praying to God na ano yung magandang alternative. So I chanced upon this. I've been going to seminars, different farming seminars, aquaculture, aquaponics, hydroponics. And when I chanced upon yung mushroom, I did some study. I was looking at different growers in the US, and I chanced upon one grower, cocos mushroom. As I went there, I was the second person at pumasok sa training room. And we were early eh. Pag upo ko, may nakita ako nakapaskil dun sa wall. May parang poster. And the poster was Proverbs 3:5-6. And from then on, yun yung sign sa akin ni Lord na ito na yung answer. So fast forward, we were having coffee. At Starbucks dito sa PF, and we decided, sige, why don't we start looking at growing mushrooms. We met with another partner, and we did some testing. I was already growing mushrooms at that time, and inisip ko, sabi ko, viable kasi nag-grow ko siya eh. Yung isang banyo sa bahay, kinonvert ko, ginawa kong grow room, and I was able to grow mushrooms. Nakapagbenta pa nga ako at a higher price to the students of my wife, who's a physical fitness trainer. So, then on, when that happened, we started building the structure. Gapang talaga. Hindi rin kami mayaman sa pondo, so inunti-unti namin. We started building the structure, tigil yung build, start yung build, and then from then on, December 2018, fast forward, July 2019 was when we had the blessing and dedication ng farm namin, and we started with one grow room, pinuno namin, dahan-dahan, until what it is today. So ngayon, this is already version 2 of our farm. No? Dating free air siya, meaning lambat lang yung gilid. Ngayon po, naka-aircon na. So, which allows us to grow better variety of mushrooms. Pero wag po kayo mabahala, kasi kahit sa simpleng struktura, pwede kayo actually mag-grow ng mushrooms. Yun. Well, being an entrepreneur is actually much harder than working in corporate or being an employee. So, a lot of people think na, ayoko may boss. I wanna be a boss of my own. Pero it takes a lot of grit eh. pag sinabi natin grit, kailangan punong-puno tayo ng initiative, passion natin sa negosyo na yon. Kasi kung great ideas are only great for dreaming and they're just ideas. When ideas are put into action and put into reality, doon pumapasok yung grit, doon pumapasok yung pagtitiis, yung pagpupursige. And yun I think is being entrepreneur is yun yung nakakalimutan na maraming tao. Iniisip lang nila na, maganda yung idea na yun, ito na tayo, papasok na yung pera. Hindi po ganun. Not to discourage anyone, pero pagdating sa being an entrepreneur, hands-on, 24/7, especially farming. Farming, I have my guys here, they stay in sa farm. Pero hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin sa tinatanim mo, Sunday, stop. Huwag ka tumubo. So, umaani kami 7 days a week. Thank God na, praise God na meron kaming inaani, even during the pandemic. And really, yun, I can't stress enough that you have to have that special, not skill kasi skills can be taught pero that special heart, puso, passion para pagpasok mo sa pagiging entrepreneur, you're able to move forward and to deliver and to live up to the expectation, not your expectations, actually to live and exceed your goals. Yun yung pagiging entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur is not a faint of heart, not for the faint-hearted rather, pero lalo na dapat being an entrepreneur, andun na yung passion, and also trying to find the right product at the right time. So that's the reason why we chose yung mushroom. We were thinking, gawa tayong iba business, no? Pero sabi namin, ano ba yung kinakailangan ng tao na kahit anong sitwasyon, kailangan nila. So, through testament yun, kahit ngayon nag-ECQ, nag-pandemic, people will still eat. So, requirement yun. Especially now, nagmahal yung mga karne, we know the bad practices, the nature or ecological impact of farming animals or animal protein. So we decided talaga na mushrooms yung papagrow namin. So yun. I think survive for everybody. I think surviving the ECQ and this pandemic, and and just waking up each day, the Lord giving us another day to harvest, another day to be able to sell and unload and to share what we grow to others at a low cost. I think that in itself is a great reward already. Hindi naman we know on the side, being an entrepreneur, we know a driver sa tao is money. Lahat naman nangangailangan ng pera. Pero that shouldn't be the case. Your mission or your purpose should be higher than earning the money. Because the money, that will come in as a reward. Diba? Diba? Seek first the kingdom of God, and all of these things will be added unto you. So, kailangan yun muna. I think that's the most important. Makatulong ka sa iba, makapagbigay ka ng hanap buhay sa iba, makapagbigay ka ng produkto na kinakailangan ng mga tao. Then later on, yung reward, yung happiness, yung satisfaction, yun yung focus. Reward, additional, gravy on top, icing on the cake, yun yung kita. Well, we go through different channels. One is we have a great salesperson that goes around and goes by the name Jonet Sabar. He gets to reach out to resellers. So hindi po to MLM, pero meron pong resellers talaga, no? Why do we use resellers? Kasi we want to sell the produce at a low price, and tulad nga ng sabi ko, we want to help others to make a living out of it. That's one, no? May resellers kaming volume. Meron kaming volume that goes straight to commercial, which is mga restaurants. And then meron din retail. So retail is a bit hard to come by. Siyempre kasi reach, no? Kailangan malaman mo ng tao that we're selling. So we invest time in that. We invest a little bit of money. May person na naka-point person doon. So nasa Instagram kami and we're also on Facebook. But I think a lot of the legwork goes to yung sales namin that reaches out to different resellers. I think that's the greatest legwork there. Yung institutions din, tulad ng commercials, tulad sabi ko, yung mga restaurants, yun pinupuntahan. And then they just become magkakaroon ng repeat orders, no, for the restaurants. Okay, for entrepreneurs, no, never stop dreaming. Libre naman eh. Libre naman mangarap. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Kasi people operate on 4 different levels. There's the do no action, people who retreat, people who do normal levels of action, and people who do massive levels of action. Be the 4th one. Kasi all of the three are average. And in this world, average means wala. Hindi ka uunlad eh. So you have to be the one that will grow through adversity. Take no for an answer. And don't let anybody tell you na your idea is not good enough. Thanks. Kusan lang siyang labas-pasok, no? Dahil lambat. What we did, in-close namin siya ng tarpaulin. Dapat to double walling. So walang insulation. Wala po tayong foam in between. Air gap lang po yun, but it's enough to lower yung temperature. We're using a 2.5 na window type inverter aircon. Hindi na po pinapatayan. Tuloy-tuloy po yung takbo ng aircon. So, yun din. Kaya sabi ko, hindi faint of heart. Kasi medyo magastos yung ganitong production process. But later on, maglalagay kami ng solar panels para ma-offset yung cost namin. So, inside, what we do is, we pre-chill yung air. May room sa taas. Pre-chill namin yung air. Tapos from there, papasok po yung hangin sa loob. Gumagamit po kami ng fans. Kasi ang difference po ng oyster mushrooms is very oxygen intensive. No? So if we're thinking plants, trees, they inhale CO2, give off oxygen. Si mushroom po, hindi. They take in, para silang hayop, para silang tao, they take in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. Okay? So dito po tayo. Gumagapang. Nagro-root siya. So, ibig sabihin, from a seed, ginagawa kasi, may tissue culture, ilalagay sa sorghum, parang maliliit na seeds, na sterilize yun. Papalutan niya yung sorghum para madaling i-transfer yung pinaka-mold. Lalagay mo yung mold dito, paglagay mo dito, ganito kulay niyan, yung kusot, yung mixture after, dark siya. So, paglagay dito, gagapang yan. So, dinideliver sa amin about 80% ramification, 80% good to go na siya. Kasi pag dineliver yan ng bago pa, tulad ng, let's say, masyadong maaga dito, let's say yung dark part na to, nandito pa, hindi pa yung parang surety level nun na magsasurvive siya, hindi pa ganun kataas. So may point or may possibility na makakontaminate siya. Tsaka ito, pagka dineliver, ginalaw, syempre hindi mo maiwasan, nagka-crack yan. So titigil yung growth. So that's why ito, pinaparest namin dito. Mag-incubate pa yan. So give or take 2 weeks. So isasabit na namin yan. On namin yung fans para lang may airflow. And then we just keep it at the temperature. Ito rin kasi, that's why in aircon pala namin is may init siya. It produces heat. So, pag puno ito, Kasi habang yung kinokonsume yung organism, it gives off heat and carbon dioxide. So, kaya kailangan yun yung fan nakabukas para may fresh air. Ito, hindi pa tapos, bubutasan pa namin para may air. We have, ito mga luma na yung fruiting bags. Dito yung milk bag. So yan, makikita nyo po yung tubo. Marami. So, mag-harvest po kami mamaya. Maya-maya lang. Sa gabi po, tuloy-tuloy yung misting nito. So, we keep yung humidity at a certain level. Kung pansinin nyo po, medyo malamig ng konti sa loob. We get to manage it 25-28 degrees sa loob. Tapos para maano namin yung pinaka oxygen, air exchange. So, yun po, tumutubo lang yung mushroom. Tapos we pick the mushrooms. Pag pick po niya, meron din hindi naman sanitation, pero may process kami na siniscrape namin yung harap ng mga fruiting bags. No? Siniscrape namin yon para promote siya ng new growth. So yan, ito yung parang white na yan, ano? New growth siya, so para magkakaroon ng pinning. So ang isang misconception is, pag sinabi natin mushroom, inisip natin, ano yung tinatanim mushroom? Hindi po. Yung mushroom ay fruit. Prutas po yan. Ang inaalagaan po natin is yung mycelium. It's a organism na ginagawa po niya, ang laman po nito is mixture ng sawdust, darak, lime. So, pinipremix po yan. May supplier po kami. May eksaktong mix para sa environment namin. So, medyo cold weather, enclosed po kami. Ginagawa po nung organism, kinakain po niya yung soda, so binibreak down niya yung mixture na yun. As it breaks it down, nagpo-produce siya ng fruit. So like a tree, yung roots niya on the ground gets nutrients, yung leaves niya generate photosynthesis, tapos nag-create siya ng fruit. So like plants, yung fruit po is designed as the reproductive system ng plant. Ito kasi, kung titingnan po natin, genus species, di ba, yung kingdom, may animal kingdom, may plant kingdom. So, ito is fungi kingdom. It's a third kingdom. So, hindi siya plant, hindi siya animal. It's a mixture of both. Yung kanyang reproductive system po is, because may gill siya, hindi po natin nakikita, nag-give off po ng spores yan. Yung spores, yun yung parang binhi na hindi natin nakita, parang mist po yan, alikabok. Pag nahuhulog yan on the ground, kaya po minsan sa labas, pag biglang umulog kidlat, biglang may umulan, tutubo po yung mushroom. So, hindi po, myth po yung tuwing umuhulog kidlat, yun yung nagbibigay buhay sa mushroom. Hindi po. Yung mycelium, buhay na sa ilalim ng lupa yun. Dormant sila. Ngayon, every time na may thunderstorm, it signals the mycelium that it's time to reproduce. Kaya nagkakaroon ng biglang overnight, makikita nyo sa ground, lumalabas yung mushroom. Kasi they use pag umuulan, ano meron? May wind. So, makikerry yung spores. Tapos, bawat patak ng ulan, pag nahuhulog po yan sa caps, naaalog, nare-release ng spores. So, isang study, ginawa nila sa Japan, pag gusto pa patubuin ng ganyan, they play music na kumukulog, kumikidlat, mas mabilis tumubo yung mushroom. So, gusto namin rin i-implement yan, pero hindi muna, kasi kailangan namin ng waterproof speakers. Ngayon kasi nakapatay yung misting. So, pag nag-on po yung mist nito, hindi ko po pwedeng paandarin kasi ready for harvest to. Pag pinamist natin, mababasa. Pag mist po to, dito hindi mo na ako kita. Parang fog. So, yung system, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo. Okay, it runs through a misting system. Minimimik po namin yung pag nasa Tagaytay kayo or Baguio, yung parang yung ulap, kahampas sa bundok, may fog. Ganun po yung minimimik namin. Kasi we have to keep this room at a certain moisture level or humidity level. So, 80 to 90% humidity ang minimimik namin. So, yun. So, each one of these, ito po, ito po yung sinusupply. So, ito po yung fruiting bag. Dumarating po sa amin yan. Later on, I'll show you in the other room. Kino-colonize po yan. Pagtanim po dito ng mga binhi, dahan-dahan po yung nagko-colonize. Pag na-colonize yan, white na. Ito, ready for opening na. Pag inopen namin yan, at naramdaman niya na biglang malamig, humid, sinisignal na rin po niya na rainy season. Kaya, lumalabas siya. So, it starts off ganito, sarado. Pag titignan niyo po sa kabilang side, meron pong nakabukas, meron pong sarado. Yung mga nakabukas, yun po yun. So, yun. So, each room holds about, it will be about 10,000 fruiting bags. Each fruiting bag is able to generate about 300 grams to 500 grams of produce, mushrooms, for a 100-day cycle. So, 3 months. So, pero, napapansin po namin, pag pitas po namin dito, minsan 200 grams na. Tapos makakatubo pa yan. Every 5 to 7 days, magpapahinga po siya. Parang ganito, pahinga. And then, magpo-produce na naman. So, crucial din para ma-maintain namin yung constant harvest namin. Ang delivery po ng per row is per week. So, parang every time may hina-harvest kami, meron kaming row hina-harvest, yung iba naka-rest. Kasi hindi naman pwede, kung sabay-sabay lahat ginawa yan, isang harvest day, tapos patay kami for 7 days. So, kailangan yan, naka-cycle. So, planned din yung delivery at gawa ng fruiting bags. So, from start of production fruiting bags, matagal po yung proseso. So, to this state, 60 days. 60 to fruiting. Still a bit faster than kung inisip mo magmamangga ka or mag-fruits ka kasi taon yun. So, ito medyo mabilis na. It's a bit labor intensive lang kasi constantly you have to replace, constantly you have to make, you have to create. So, isa pa pala kaganda for the students there is ito po yung pinapasok dyan is a waste product of a different industry. So, because it's sawdust, it comes from sawmills. So, binibili yan ng supplier namin in bulk from sawmills. Yung sawdust na yun, kino-compost yun. So, further bini-breakdown yun for about 3 weeks. Dinidilig-diligan lang yan. It creates, when you compost it, they introduce microorganisms to break down the sawdust. After nun, hahaluan na yun ng darak. Darak is yung grind na ipa ba yun? Yung rice hulls, grind yun. Kasama dyan, may molasses. They put sugar or hindi po para matamis yung mushroom. Kasi, as we know, molds, kasi yung mycelium is like a mold, ang kinakain nila is sugar. So, may sugar yan, may molasses sa loob, may darak, may lime. Lime is, parang gypsum siya eh. So, lime is to create a certain level of pH level dun sa loob. And then, yung main substrate is sawdust. So, there's a formula for that. Yun po yung secret on how to create yield. So, tinitimpla po yun. So, pag gusto mo better yield, more mushrooms and generate mo, so you increase the amount of nitrogen. So, you add more darak. Kung gusto mo naman medyo lean, mas resilient, papawasan mo yun. But of course, since we're in the intensive farming business, gusto natin mataas yung nitrogen. But if you do that in a normal grow house setting, yung free air, mabilis pong amagin. May kalaban pong amag yan. So, trichoderma. So, green mold. And then there's also black mold that competes for the same space. So, meaning, kalaban ng mycelium yun. Normally, pag nagkaroon ng trichoderma or green mold, na-overpower niya. Na-overpower niya yung mycelium, mamamatay. And yun, pag sa ganitong environment, dahil may air movement, konting spores doon mag-land sa iba, mahawa, ma-contaminate. So, kanina, dun sa may interview area, mapapansin nyo mayroong mga fruiting bags sa gilid, may green tea. Nilalabas namin yan. So, kasi kung hindi, parang rin to eh. Again, let's like a nursery, parang inaalagaan namin bawat isa. Pag nagkasakit yung isa, madaling maghawa-hawa. That's the reason also why we have it in days. keep it in base kasi kung isang malaking grow house lang to, mahirap i-control yung contamination. So that's why we keep it separate. And yung ample space, kasi hindi naman lumulundag yung spore. So carry siya nung airflow. So pag meron kami nakuha dito sa harap, kasi airflow from the front to the back, immediately tatanggalin namin yan kasi kung hindi, mabilis mag-spread yung mold. So, yun. So, ito, inside is 300 meters of this hose. So, yung green na hose na yan, meron sa loob. From the main, papasok yung tubig, may 300 meters na coiled hose na sa loob ng chest freezer. So, we chill, may water yon, i-chill namin yung water para yung labas na ipapump niya na tubig, malamig. So, parang malamig na ulan. Yung mist. So, we run 3 misting pumps para mamimik niya yung pino na fog. So, ngayon naka-off kasi mag-harvest sila. But, tumatakbo yan, periodic. Parang it's I think 2 minutes on, 8 minutes off para mimic niya yung dadaan na fog tapos mawawala, tapos magpa-fog ulit, mawawala. So, yun yung inaano namin. But, later on meron na rin kasi kaming system, may software kaming ginagamit built by one of the partners. So, I can run the farm on my phone. May sensor siya, tapos ito, magra-run on the sensors. Pag naramdaman niyang less humidity, pag sinet namin, bobomba lang siya. So, built na rin yung tech na yun. Magpapalit lang kami ng sensor. So, because we constructed, we pulled it out and papalit kami. Dito.
Tingin sir ah.
Sige.
Tuwa ako.
Okay. Close na. Sorry. So, dito, oversize yung aircon. Oversize yung aircon. So, naka-on na siya. Naka-on yan since August. Hindi pa namin siya pinatagal. Naka-full siya. Pero yung cool bot, ang ginagawa niya, niloloko niya yung aircon na mainit pa. So, kaya yung aircon, kaya niyang pabagsakin. So, yung 47, 46 degrees is somewhat like 8 degrees Celsius sa loob ng ref. So, dito kami nagsustore ng mushrooms namin. Before siya lumabas, they're in these containers. So, these are 1 kilo packs. Ready siya for delivery. Pag may order, lalabas na. But of course, like in this business, syempre hindi maiwasan may wastage. That's where we go into the fourth business. The fourth business is processing. So, meron tinatawag tayong processors, gumagawa ng mushroom chicharon, mushroom tapa, kung ano nung mushroom na food products. Ibig sabihin nun, there are processors that buy from us. So, yun yung isa ring segment. Although yung processors, they don't care so much for itsura ng mushroom. Kasi nga, piprituhin, igigilingin. So yun, we sell that at a lower price. Or they buy it at a lower price. So, it's either you become a clone, gumagawa ka ng pinhi, ikaw yung gumagawa ng fruiting bags, you're a grower, or you're a processor. All of those different levels create business on their own. So, if you want higher returns, bibili ka nito by bulk, sabihin natin bagsak presyo, 250. Pero that's 1 kilo, bawat 100 grams sa mushroom chicharon, magkano? 150, 200. Mas mataas yung ano. Yung nga lang, inherent sa kanya yung labor. Bibili ka ng mantika, bibili ka ng gasol, bibili ka ng plastic, i-repack mo. So, iba-iba yung segments of the business. So, for the entrepreneurs out there, if you want to create a business, growing mushrooms, has its own inherent labor-intensive practices, pero it's worth your while.